Hi everyone, welcome back to Lit by Literature. In today's video I thought we'd talk a little bit about tips, just general tips about reading. So, first of all, motivation. Read with other people. Join a book club or something, or just read with your friends, all curl up on a sofa and read a different book. That's quite a nice thing to do. That way you feel less alone and other people are doing it with you, so you feel like you ought to read as well. But don't feel like you have to. Again, read for pleasure. Read because you want to. Something else to do that's quite fun with others is just read the same books and then chat about them. I quite like doing this with my friends, talking about my favourite parts, my favourite characters, or the bits that made me laugh, or the bits I didn't get as well. Do that with your friends, that's quite fun. And again, it's extra motivation for reading. Something else, if you don't like a book after reading the first chapter, put it down. Read the first chapter, give it a go, try out the characters, the setting and the plot. And if you feel like it's not for you, then don't continue with it. Again, don't force yourself to read. Read what you enjoy and read for pleasure. Don't read something you don't like. Also, something else, read series. That way you've got lots and lots of books to look forward to. You read one and then there's a cliffhanger at the end and you're thinking, oh, I must read the second one and the third one and so on. And that way it keeps you hooked and it keeps you reading. It makes sure that you will continue reading because you want to know what happens next in a series, which is just a great thing as well. Something else I feel that's really important to remember is just browse. Go to bookshops, book repositories like Goodreads, for instance, online, and just look at what there is. Just have a look round, see what interests you, and then maybe make a list or start looking at things like that. Also, use libraries. They're free and they have lots and lots of great books. So that's also a great way of just reading, because you might be worried about the money aspect, because yes, books aren't cheap, or the climate aspect. You could get an ebook or an ebook reader, a Kindle, something like that. But you can also just use libraries, because libraries have lots of great books and they also have librarians which will recommend books for you. On that note, don't feel pressured by recommendations. There is a lot of content online about books you ought to read, books you should read this month, things like that. Really great books for when you're feeling down, something like that. Don't feel like you have to read these. They're just recommendations, books that maybe you would enjoy too. But don't feel pressured by it. Again, read because you enjoy it. I think that's got to be my main tip. Read for pleasure, for fun. Not because you feel you have to. Don't feel you have to. Because, in truth, you don't have to. You don't. Not at all. What about you? What's your favourite book? What are you reading at the moment? What are your tips and tricks about reading? Let me know. Anything to do with reading, just tell me in the comments below.